Hey everyone, welcome to my first ever episode of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 8 episode recap and reviews. I want an official title for it, so if you can come up with something, because apparently I can't, leave it in the comments down below. My name is Melissa Chiasson, and these are my personal opinions about the episode, as well as a recap of the episode that just aired. Season 8, Episode 1, RuPaul's Drag Race. The 100th episode. There has been 100 episodes, which means considering I've rewatched every season at least 3 or 4 times, I've probably watched 400 plus episodes of RuPaul's Drag Race. Which is awesome. That intro that happened where they showed you every episode, they were like giving you a count to 100 and kind of showed you a little snippet of every episode. That gave me all the feels, all the memories. It was a great way to start this season, so let's get started with what happened, because a lot happened. Because it was the 100th episode, and it was the premiere of Season 8 of RuPaul's Drag Race. So of course the episode started out with every queen coming out into the workroom for the first time, and I was basically asleep until Kimchi. When Kimchi came out, I kind of woke up a little bit. Then she said that donut pun, and I love donuts and I love puns, so Kimchi, I like you a lot. Cynthia had that cute like Puerto Rican / Texas thing going on where it's like we had no idea what she was saying, which is exactly what I was hoping would happen if you watch my recap first opinions video, which I will link somewhere right here. Bob the Drag Queen, Acid Betty, and Thorgy Thor are all from New York City, so there was a lot of NYC herstory happening, a lot of shade. I'm not sure if Thorgy and Acid Betty have a little feud or if they're just like having fun with each other, but there seems to be a little bit of a headbutton thing there where Bob just kind of seems to just fit in with everybody there. Then some stuff happened I can't remember, and then, or I didn't really care about, and then the girl started knocking Layla on having giant platform shoes, but look, it worked with her look, so I kind of was like, why are you reading her? But at the same time I was like, okay fine, she could have worn some black pump, but I like those shoes. I kind of want a pair myself. Chi-Chi or Shi-Shi, whatever her name is, came out and was all like Vulu Vuku Royal Wizza Chat Roulette. Who knows what the heck she was saying? If you know what she said, leave it down below, because I had no idea. She was just talking a lot of gibberish and I was ready for it to end. Some of the queens started reading Chi-Chi for her trash bag look, but I will not read a queen on a trash bag look because Alaska is my favorite drag queen and she's the queen of the trash bags. I don't mind your trash bag dress, but we've seen it before on the great Alaska Thunderfuck. Chi-Chi's not the first queen to walk through the door in a trash bag, so it's like, couldn't you have, do you know what I mean? Like, whatever. I also got a bit of a vibe that the girls are feeling threatened by Derek right from the get-go. She walks in and tries to be like fun and have some jokes with them, and they're just like, no. They're not laughing, they're not having it, they don't like it. You can tell that they are threatened by her. Next, we get She-Mail, where Ru drops a few lines from previous queen. Then Ru comes out and announces that it is the 100th episode, and the girls are like, whoa! And then she's like, Derek Barry, you are the 100th queen to come through the door. And then she's like, whoa, Ru said my name, which is really cute, and I really liked that moment. When it cuts to like coming up next, we find out that Nicole Richie is going to be the judge. Just hang on a second while I show you how much I love Nicole Richie, or an example of how much I love Nicole Richie. Here you can see all 5 seasons of The Simple Life. The show just gave me so much happiness when I was a child, and so I love Nicole Richie. So having her as a guest judge, I was so excited to find out. Then we find out that the mini challenge is a photo shoot with all of the past winners. Come on. Could you give the fans any more of an exciting heart attack? Because like, all of the greats, most of the greats were in that room. And then they replaced Bianca Del Rio with an actual clown because she couldn't make it. Yes! I'm not gonna go super into detail about the mini challenge because the maxi challenge was kind of big and I don't want to like go into each queen yet. When it gets farther into the season, I'm totally gonna like take time and talk about each queen for each thing, but it's way too many queens right now. But I do want to comment on the fact that I loved the previous winners commenting on their first impressions of the new queens based on that photo shoot. That was a really cool thing to add into the show because it kind of gave people watching the perspective of a past winner seeing this new queen do these challenges for the first time and kind of like see what they thought, because like these are our queens, right? So it's really cool to hear what their opinion was on it. When Sharon commented on Chi-Chi's Alaska dress, I was like, yes, queen. Because look, to remember everything that's happening, I do have a notebook. And I wrote down the Alaska dress thing, and then Sharon mentioned it, and I was just like, yes, 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 yes. Yes, yes, I'm not the only person who thought that right away, which is awesome. The two people that I thought did the best in the mini challenge were Naomi Smalls and Derek Barry. Then, of course, the queens all go in the back and do drag. Now, the coming up kind of announces that the main challenge, the maxi challenge of the week, is going to be recreations of past challenges, and I'm like, yes! Let's do this, let's do this, let's do this. So Ru announces that the Maxi Challenge is going to be all the queens have to recreate one look from previous seasons. To introduce those looks, they brought out all the old queens to show the option, which I was very confused by, but Morgan McMichael shot a piece of paper out of her buttocks towards RuPaul to announce who was going to pick who was going to do what. And I might have missed something because I don't understand why that is how it was chosen, but it's fine. I'm used to missing out on things. So Robbie Turner gets chosen to assign the looks for everybody. Drag on a Dime was being done by Naisha Lopez. Float Your Boat was being done by Naomi Small. Moneyball was being done by Acid Betty. Sugar Ball by Cynthia Lee Fontaine. Glitter Ball by Chi-Chi Divine. Post-Apocalyptic is by Layla. Cake Couture is being done by Thorgy Thor. Hairball is being done by Kim Chi. Hello Kitty is being done by Dak. The Window, Through the Window, or whatever it's called, is being done by Bob the Drag Queen. The Christmas Drag is being done by Derek Barry. And lastly, the Bitch Ball is being done by Robbie. And Robbie apparently forgot to pick one for himself, which is why he got stuck with that at the end. When Ru goes around in the workroom, she really only goes to like 3 queens, so we don't really get a vibe of how everyone's feeling about the first competition and what everyone thinks that they are going to do with the competition, and so it's kind of hard to judge how everything's going to go at this point. Then we go to Elimination Day, where we have Naisha blabbering about pageant life, which is what I predicted would happen with her, because she just right away read to me as that pageant queen, and I was over her before she even started, which you can see in my previous Drag Race video. And while she's talking about pageants, you have Chi-Chi flat ironing her hair, and it is standing out like this, and I can hardly concentrate on anything but these weird wispy hair things happening out of her head. The workroom is pretty chill. Everybody's just chatting and kikiing and throwing shade and doing their garments and doing their hair and makeup, and everything's fun until Chi-Chi rips her garment. I don't even know what to say about this. She rips her garment, so then she's struggling to find something else. How does that happen? I don't even understand when stuff like that happens. Don't you like know what you're doing before you do it? I don't sew or anything. Like, I can sew a little bit by hand, but like, if you have to make a dress, don't you think you would like maybe stretch it a little bit or make sure everything's like gonna stay before you just put it on and have it rip? Just a question. So she's just scrambling to figure that out while everyone's getting ready. Also in there, we find out a little bit about Kim Chi's life, about how her family doesn't actually know that she really does drag, but she's kind of told them, but they just don't understand it, or they don't want to understand it. So that was really sad, and I hope her family accepts her for who she is. Cut to the main stage, where we have our distinguished panel of judges: RuPaul, Michelle Visage, Carson Kressley, Ross Matthews, and Nicole Richie. Most of the queens came out and their looks were on point to what the competition was. I was kind of struggling to think who might be in the bottom. I instantly thought that the bottom was going to be Robbie, Naisha, and Layla. I really did think that Kim Chi's outfit was so good. I love cats. I have a cat. Zoe, what did you think of her outfit? She thinks it was on point. Kim Chi's was looking fierce. So the judges start talking. Naysha is giving excuses about how it's the first dress she's ever made and they don't like it and whatever. So she's saying it's the first one they've ever made and they're kind of like, not an excuse. This is the 100th episode. You should know by now. If you're coming on RuPaul's Drag Race, you're gonna need to sew an outfit. Where did you think that you did it? And when she was getting ready, she even said like, oh, I'm a pageant girl. I bring outfits from home. It's like, listen, you knew what you were signing up for. Every season there's one girl who like can't sew and it's like, what are you doing? You know what this show is. Like, I am not gonna sign up to be on this show because I am not a drag queen. Do you see what I mean? So if you can't fulfill some of the tasks that are guaranteed going to be happening in the season, why did you sign up for it? Why wouldn't you sign up for a sewing lesson while you were at it? That's my question every season. Naysha, you got hit with it right in the first episode. Another queen with excuses was Robbie, saying that she forgot that she had to pick a category for herself. Oops, seriously? You were just waiting probably for like a specific one that you thought might come out and then you've kind of maybe forgot, but like how dumb could you be? You should have picked like the glitter ball or the sugar ball or something fun. You picked the bitch ball, which is dressing like a dog. I mean, that was a seriously cool competition. And in that season, every queen that was part of it was kind of panicked about it. I remember this, Sharon Needles pulled it off. So having to copy the same dog that Sharon did, and you just kind of did like this cotton ball thing. I'm not surprised that they didn't like it. Derek Barry looks like Britney Spears in and out of drag. When Britney went crazy and shaved her head bald and kind of looked like a man, that is what Derek Barry looks like, but Derek has hair as a man. The judges are really asking him to do something other than Britney, which I'm hoping that he has, but also don't think that he has. I think he just looks so much like Britney that it's going to be really hard to see past that, to see through that, to see the vulnerability of him. But I hope that he can pull that through. See what happens when queens have male names. I go with him instead of her pronouns. It's also like 2 o'clock in the morning. And then Layla ended up having the worst picture from the photo shoot because she just was like scrunched up on a ball looking like Beetlejuice and stuff. But I was getting a lot of vibes from her like Adore Delano. She just reminded me of her so much, like to the point where I was like, I don't even think she's gonna end up being put up to lip sync, because that was kind of what happened with Adore. They were like, Adore, don't do that. And then she wouldn't be up to lip sync for her life. She would just kind of like be safe and she would be like, oh, thank you. So I was kind of getting that vibe from Layla, but skipping to the elimination and all of that, she won this competition. So then we have Naysha and Layla in the bottom 2, which I'm like, I feel like Robbie Turner should have been put there instead of Layla, but Robbie Turner's photo shoot did go pretty well where Layla's didn't, so that's why she ended up in the bottom 2. But like Robbie have messed that up, Robbie would have been in the bottom 2 for sure. They have to lip sync to Lady Gaga's Applause, so right away I'm thinking they're just gonna be like, which is like a cop-out version of doing the song. So when the lip sync started, they both kind of just seemed like this. It was just kind of very flatlined, like was waiting for something to happen. And then a little bit into it, Layla kicks it up. She starts being all sexy and rolling around on the floor. And you look over at Naysha going like this. Like landing a plane or something. I don't really know what she was doing. But then she would go back to this. So inevitably, Naysha went home. I'm not surprised. I predicted that in my prediction video that I did, and you can click over there to watch it and see what I thought was going to happen this season. But I predicted that Little Miss Naysha would be one of the first queens gone. Naysha Lopez. Bye-bye. I'm going to end each one of these recap review episodes with finding a random object in my house that reminds me of the queen that's going home. And because I'm way too lazy to stand up right now, let's go with giving Naysha a gummy bear. This gummy bear represents Naysha because just like the competition, it was gonna chew her up and spit her out. Thanks for watching. If you like this video and you want to see more of my recaps and reviews of RuPaul's Drag Race Season 8, make sure you hit the red subscribe button down below so that you don't miss out. Leave me a comment on what you thought of tonight's episode. Let's get talking. Let's chat about what happened tonight, because that's what this is. I want to chat to you guys about the episode. So let me know in the comments down below what you thought. And until next time, stay strange. Make sure you come back here every Tuesday for another episode of my RuPaul's Drag Race Season 8 recap review.